is part 1 30-minute version of your motivational storytelling series, rewritten with a powerful hook, smooth storytelling structure, and emotionally engaging language for an American YouTube audience. The tone is simple, relatable, and powerful, designed to hook listeners and keep them engaged all the way through. Studio microphone part 1. Nothing bothers me, the power of emotional control. Hook. Opening minute. Let me ask you something. When was the last time someone's comment ruined your whole day? Maybe it was a passive-aggressive remark. Maybe it was a small failure that spiraled into overthinking. Maybe it was just a look, or silence, that set off your emotions like wildfire. Now imagine this. Someone insults you, and you smile. You lose a job, and you stay calm. Life throws chaos at you, and you don't flinch. That's not a fantasy. That's real strength. And today, I'm going to show you how to build it. Because the truth is simple. Greater than the strongest people in the world aren't those who fight back. They're the ones who don't let anything get to them in the first place. Intro. Setting the theme. This is the first episode in a 10-part journey into what I call the unshakable mindset. Today, we begin where it all starts. With the mindset that nothing bothers me. Now don't get it twisted. This isn't about becoming emotionless or heartless. It's about learning emotional mastery. It's about owning your reactions instead of being owned by them. Because every time you let a comment, a setback, or a bad moment get under your skin, you're handing over your power. And that ends today. Section 1. The power of indifference. Life is loud. People have opinions. The world has problems. Things will go wrong. That's guaranteed. But here's what's not guaranteed: how you respond. See, when you let your emotions rise and fall based on what's happening around you, you're not in control. The world is. But when you practice calm, when you learn to stay centered, even when things get messy, that's when you stop surviving life, and start commanding it. This is the power of indifference. Not apathy, not coldness, but stillness. Section 2. What you think, you become. Every action starts with a thought. Every reaction, every emotion, every breakdown. It starts in your mind. So if you want control over your life, you have to start with your thoughts. Think of someone saying something cruel in public. You could explode, defend yourself, fight back, or you could smile, walk away, stay untouchable. That moment, that's not weakness, that's dominance, that's control most people will never understand. Because real power is silent. Section 3. Failure doesn't define you. Let's talk about failure. Everyone fails. Everyone falls. But here's the difference. Some people let failure define them. Others let failure teach them. Which one are you? The calm ones, the unbothered ones. They see failure as data, not a disaster. They don't drown in frustration. They don't overthink. They pause. They adjust. They keep going. That's the mindset we're building. No more spiraling. No more emotional hangovers. Just action. Section 4. Training the mind. You don't get emotionally strong by accident. It's a habit, a discipline, a decision. Next time something annoys you, ask yourself, does this deserve my energy? Will this matter in 5 years? You'll be surprised how often the answer is no. When you pause instead of react, you build mental armor. And over time, that armor becomes your greatest weapon. Another trick: visualization. Every day, close your eyes and picture the version of you who doesn't flinch. They hear the criticism, and smile. They lose, and learn. They stay calm, while others panic. That version of you is possible. But you have to see it before you can become it. Section 5. Protect your peace. When you stop reacting to everything, people notice. They can't figure you out. And in that mystery, you become powerful. You gain respect without asking for it. You lead without trying. Because your stillness becomes your presence. The world respects those who can't be shaken. Section 6. What is emotional detachment, really? Emotional detachment doesn't mean you don't feel. It means your emotions no longer control you. It means someone can try to provoke you, and you don't take the bait. It means you don't let external chaos create internal chaos. Your mind becomes your safe house. And nothing gets in unless you allow it. That kind of peace. It's rare, but it's possible. Section 7. The truth about overthinking. Most of us are tired not because of life's weight, but because of mental clutter. We're drained from caring too much about things that don't matter. So ask yourself, do I need to care about this? Does this opinion matter? Is this battle worth fighting? If the answer is no, drop it. Let it go. Protect your energy. Care wisely. Section 8. Don't chase approval. One of the biggest traps in life is seeking approval. You twist yourself to be liked. You silence your truth to keep the peace. You become a people pleaser, and lose yourself in the process. But here's the truth. No one's opinion should matter more than your own. The moment you give someone else the power to define you, you lose. Freedom begins when you stop needing to be liked, and start living for yourself. Section 9. Self-validation is freedom. You want to feel powerful? Validate yourself. Celebrate your own wins. Acknowledge your own growth. Look in the mirror and say, I'm proud of me. You won't need applause. You won't need approval, because you'll know you're enough. Just as you are. That's not arrogance, it's strength. Section 10. Final message. You hold the power. Here's what I want you to remember. Life will keep testing you. But the goal isn't to avoid every storm. It's to become the calm inside it. You don't need to respond to every insult. You don't need to fix every misunderstanding. You don't need to fight every battle. You just need to stay grounded. When you master that, you stop living on defense. You start living on purpose. And in a world that's constantly trying to shake you, you become unshakable. Close. Call to action. This is only part 1. You've just scratched the surface of what's possible. In part 2, we'll go even deeper. How to master criticism and stay composed under pressure. Until then, practice the pause. Protect your peace. And never forget, your reaction is your power. Guard it like your life depends on it, because it does. Here is the modified version of part 2 of your motivational YouTube series, rewritten in simple, emotionally gripping language, structured for a 30-minute video, and tailored to an American audience. It maintains the deep philosophy of Napoleon Hill, but in a modern, cinematic storytelling voice. Clapperboard Part 2. Unshakable Under Fire, How to Master Criticism, Pressure, and Silence. Hook. Opening minute. There will come a moment when the world will test you. A moment when someone criticizes you in front of others. When your plans fall apart. When pressure builds like a storm, and all eyes are on you. And what you do in that moment will define you. Will you break, or will you rise? Will you panic, or will you stay silent, and in that silence, become untouchable? This is not just about self-help. This is about mental warfare. And the strongest minds win quietly. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Not everyone will support you, and that's power. Not everyone will clap when you succeed. Not everyone will stand by you when you're rising. And that's okay, because true respect doesn't come from needing approval. It comes from not needing it at all. The moment you stop asking for permission to be who you are, you begin to own your power. Most people spend their lives trying to be liked. They shrink their truth to fit someone else's comfort zone. They trade authenticity for applause. But applause fades. Self-respect doesn't. Stand firm in your beliefs. In your vision. In your fire. Because when you choose yourself, you become unstoppable, not because everyone agrees with you, but because you no longer require them to. Chapter 2. The Art of Handling Criticism Like a Master. Criticism. It will find you, no matter how good you are. No matter how pure your intentions. Someone, somewhere, will have something to say. And here's the truth. Criticism only hurts when you let it. Weak people take every word personally. They crumble under opinions. They start believing the noise. But the strong, they analyze. They filter. They move on. There are 2 types of criticism. Constructive. It builds you. Take it. Use it. Destructive. It breaks you. Ignore it. Burn it. Here's the test. When someone criticizes you, ask yourself, do they know what it's like to do what I do? If not, why give their words any weight? Most critics are spectators, not players. They've never stood where you stand. So why let their voice shape your journey? Imagine a sculptor carving a masterpiece. People walk by, some admire, some mock. Does he stop? No, he keeps sculpting. That sculptor is you. Keep building. Let them talk. Chapter 3. Stay composed under pressure, the real test of strength. Pressure doesn't destroy you. Reaction does. Most people break not because the storm is too strong, but because they expected sunshine. Life will throw chaos at you. People will let you down. Plans will fail. But if you've trained your mind before the storm, you will not fold. Detach from needing control, because control is an illusion. Picture a warrior in battle. He expects the fight. He doesn't beg for it to be easy. He prepares for it to be brutal. You need to think like that. Expect obstacles. Expect stress. And when it comes, don't resist it, move with it. The ones who win are not the loudest. They're the calmest. They breathe through the fire. They adapt. They respond, not react. Chapter 4. Let go of what you can't control. Most of your suffering, it doesn't come from what happened. It comes from your attachment to what you wanted to happen. You planned for it to go right. You expected them to stay. You hoped the door would open. But it didn't. And now, you're stuck replaying it in your head. Let it go, not because it doesn't matter, but because you deserve peace. Life is like a river. The strongest rivers don't fight the rocks, they flow around them. They don't stop when the current shifts, they adjust. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. You stop suffering over things you can't change. The next time you feel yourself holding on too tightly, to a plan, to a person, to an expectation, pause. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If it's not, release it. Not everything requires your grip. Some things require your surrender. Chapter 5. The power of silence. Say less, command more. In a world addicted to noise, silence is a weapon. Everyone's talking, everyone's posting, everyone's performing, but not you. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to explain yourself to everyone. Silence makes people uncomfortable. They start wondering what you're thinking. They second-guess themselves. And in that space, you gain control. Silence creates mystery. And mystery creates power. The loudest voice in the room often has the least control. The one who speaks with purpose, calm, clear, and rare, that's the one who commands the space. Try this. When someone insults you, stay silent. When someone pressures you to respond, delay it. When you're angry, breathe instead of explode. Let your calmness confuse them. Let your silence echo louder than any word could. Every time you don't react emotionally, you grow stronger. Chapter 6. Conclusion. The quiet power that builds empires. Let the world keep shouting. Let them post, argue, react. You, stay steady. You're not here to win every argument. You're here to win in life. And the secret is this. You win by mastering yourself. Not by needing applause. Not by reacting to every critic. Not by clinging to what you can't control. But by walking in silence. By holding your peace. By staying calm under fire. This is the mindset that builds empires. This is the mindset that makes legends. You don't have to be loud to be powerful. You don't have to explain yourself to be right. You just have to keep showing up, with discipline, with focus, and with unshakable control. End screen voiceover CTA. If this message stirred something inside you, if you're ready to build a mind that no storm can shake, then stay with us. Part 3 is coming next. And it will change the way you walk through this world forever. Until then, remember, silence is strength, composure is power, and the calmest one in the room always wins. Here is part 3 of your 10-part motivational YouTube series, written in simple, emotionally compelling language for a 30-minute voiceover video aimed at an American audience. This part focuses on mental toughness, emotional immunity, and strengthening your mindset under adversity, in the spirit of Napoleon Hill's teachings, modernized for today. Title: Mental Toughness, Becoming Emotionally Immune in a Broken World. Part 3 of 10 to 30 minutes. Hook: Open strong with intrigue and emotion. Imagine this. The world is falling apart around you. People are panicking, plans are crumbling, emotions are running wild, and yet, you are calm. Focused, unshaken, not because you're cold, not because you're numb, but because you've trained for this. Because you've built a kind of inner armor, emotional immunity, that allows you to stay centered no matter what life throws at you. Most people break under pressure. But you become sharper, stronger, clearer. That's the essence of mental toughness. And in this part of the series, I'm going to teach you how to build it, brick by brick. 1. Mental toughness is not born, it's built. You don't come into this world mentally tough. No one does. Mental toughness is not a gift. It's a choice, a series of small, hard decisions made over and over again when things get difficult. It's built in the moments when you feel like quitting but keep going. It's built when someone betrays you, and instead of breaking, you rise. It's built in disappointment, in heartbreak, in frustration, in rejection, and how you respond to it all. Every hardship is a training ground. And every reaction is a decision. You either let it define you, or you use it to refine you. 2. Emotional immunity. Stop letting the world infect you. Most people walk around like emotional sponges, soaking up every insult, every criticism, every slight. They absorb energy from others like it's their job. Someone's in a bad mood. Now they're in a bad mood. Someone doubts them. Now they doubt themselves. This is weakness disguised as sensitivity. You were never meant to be a sponge. You were meant to be fireproof. Emotional immunity means choosing what gets in and what doesn't. It means understanding that just because someone says something doesn't mean it's true. Just because something happens doesn't mean you have to react. Train your emotional filter. Decide what's worth your energy, and what isn't. 3. Resilience starts with ownership. You cannot be mentally tough if you're always blaming others. Ownership is the foundation. Own your choices. Own your attitude. Own your outcomes. Blame makes you weak. Responsibility makes you powerful. When you stop saying, "They made me feel this way," you begin to reclaim your strength. They didn't make you feel anything. You allowed it. And when you realize that, you unlock the greatest power of all, the ability to choose your response. 4. Rejection is just redirection. You didn't get the job. They didn't believe in you. You were overlooked, underestimated, maybe even humiliated. Good. Every time life tells you, no, it's giving you a chance to evolve. Mentally weak people take rejection as proof that they're not good enough. Mentally strong people take rejection as fuel. They say, "That door wasn't mine. I'll find one that is. Or I'll build it myself." Rejection is never personal. It's guidance in disguise. Don't fear it. Use it. 5. Prepare before the storm. Don't wait until the world falls apart to start building your resilience. Train yourself now. Wake up early even when you don't want to. Say no when it's hard. Take on challenges that stretch you. These little habits condition your mind for pressure. Because if you can win in small moments, you can win in the big ones. Mental toughness isn't about showing off. It's about showing up, when it's the last thing you feel like doing. 6. Pressure is a privilege. Most people avoid pressure like it's poison. They want things to be easy, predictable, comfortable. But nothing extraordinary comes from comfort. Pressure is what sharpens the blade. It reveals who you are. When you learn to love pressure, to see it as a privilege, you become unstoppable. Because pressure creates diamonds, but only if you let it. The weak panic. The strong breathe and push forward. Which one are you becoming? 7. Train your inner voice. You are with yourself all day, every day. What you say in your own head matters. Is your inner voice a coach or a critic? When life gets hard, do you tear yourself down or lift yourself up? Mental toughness starts in your thoughts. Your self-talk becomes your self-image. So talk like someone who is going somewhere. Speak like a champion, even when you're bleeding. Train your mind to say, "This will not break me." Because the world is already trying to defeat you. Don't help it. 8. Master discomfort. Here's a truth most people never accept. Comfort is killing your potential. You don't grow when you're comfortable. You grow when you're tired, scared, uncertain, and you do it anyway. Discomfort is the gym for your mind. Every time you sit with it and keep moving forward, you build grit. So start doing the uncomfortable things on purpose. Say what needs to be said. Show up when it's awkward. Keep going when it hurts. The stronger your tolerance for discomfort, the higher your capacity for success. 9. Emotion without reaction equals power. Emotion isn't weakness, but reacting without thinking. That is, mental toughness doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you feel everything, and still make the right choice. You get angry, but you don't lash out. You get scared, but you don't run. You get sad, but you keep going. That's real strength. Don't let your emotions drive the car. Let them sit in the backseat. You're the driver, always. 10. Mentally strong people. Don't beg for fairness. If you're waiting for the world to be fair, you'll wait forever. Life is not fair, but it is feedback. And mentally strong people don't waste energy demanding fairness. They use what they're given, and find a way. If someone gets ahead of you, good. Now you work twice as hard. If you face more obstacles than others, good. Now you're going to become stronger than they ever will. Mental toughness is about adapting, not complaining. It's about saying, "I don't care what the odds are. I'm still going to win." Ending. Deep emotional close. At some point, life will hit you hard. It'll feel unfair, cruel, lonely. It'll test your faith, your resolve, your identity. And in that moment, you'll have two choices: crumble or rise. If you've built mental toughness, you won't just survive, you'll dominate. You'll walk through the fire untouched. Because you've trained for it. And that's the kind of person the world cannot break. Build your armor now, because the storm always comes. Absolutely. Here is part 4 of your 10-part motivational YouTube series, written in simple, powerful language for a 30-minute American audience video. This part builds on Napoleon Hill's mindset philosophy and focuses on greater than discipline, focus, and how to protect your energy like your life depends on it. Title: Relentless Discipline, The Power of Ruthless Focus. Part 4 of 10 to 30 minutes. Hook. Catch attention immediately. Most people don't fail because they're not talented. They fail because they're distracted. They chase too many things at once. They listen to too many voices. They waste their energy on things that don't matter. And by the time they finally decide to focus, it's too late. But not you. Not after this video. Because this is where you learn how to become dangerously focused, how to eliminate distractions, protect your time, and master the discipline required to build an unstoppable life. This is part 4, Relentless Discipline. 1. Focus is the new superpower. In a world that's constantly screaming for your attention, the ability to focus is rare and valuable. People check their phones every 5 minutes. Their attention span is shorter than ever. Their minds are cluttered with endless opinions, updates, distractions. But not the focused ones. The focused ones, they dominate. Because when you lock in on one goal, one mission, one purpose, you move faster than anyone around you. You build momentum. You cut through the noise. You win. The world tries to steal your focus every second of the day. But you have to protect it like your future depends on it, because it does. 2. Discipline is doing what you said you'd do, long after the mood has left. Anyone can be motivated for a day. Motivation is easy. Discipline is what happens after motivation is gone. It's waking up when you're tired. Showing up when no one's watching. Sticking to the plan when it gets boring, hard, or inconvenient. Discipline is what separates those who talk about greatness from those who live it. And it starts with keeping the promises you make to yourself. You said you were going to wake up early. Did you? You said you were going to work out. Did you? You said you were going to finish that project. Did you? Every time you follow through, you build confidence. Every time you don't, you lose trust in yourself. Discipline is self-respect. Keep your word. 3. Kill distractions before they kill your dreams. You can't build a focused life in a distracted environment. Check your phone habits. Audit your time. Look at who and what is draining your energy. Distractions don't always look dangerous. Sometimes, they show up as fun, harmless, normal, but they are dream killers dressed in comfort. Every minute spent scrolling is a minute stolen from your goals. Every pointless conversation, every toxic person, every lazy choice, adds up. And soon, you're a year behind. Kill the distraction before it kills your momentum. Set boundaries. Turn off notifications. Cut access to people who waste your time. Protect your mind. It's your most valuable asset. 4. Be ruthless with your time. You don't get time back. Once it's spent, it's gone forever. But most people act like time is infinite. They waste it on things that give them nothing in return. Mentally strong people are ruthless with their time. They schedule their days. They guard their calendars. They say no to anything that doesn't move them forward. And when people ask why, they say, because I value my time more than your comfort. You have a right to protect your priorities. You don't owe anyone an explanation for choosing growth over gossip. 5. Lock in on one goal. If you chase 10 rabbits, you catch none. Most people fail because they spread themselves too thin. They try to do everything and master nothing. The mentally tough choose one thing, and they attack it with everything they've got. Pick a goal, make it specific, set a deadline, then eliminate everything that doesn't get you closer to it. The world rewards specialists, not dabblers. Obsess over your mission until it's real. 6. Remove what drains you. Sometimes, discipline isn't about adding more. It's about subtracting what no longer serves you. You can't reach your full potential if your life is cluttered with dead weight. Ask yourself, what habits are draining me? What people pull me away from my goals? What thoughts sabotage my progress? Let them go. Cut the noise. Clear the path. It's not easy, but neither is carrying the weight of things that hold you back. 7. Decide who you want to be, then act like it daily. Discipline is identity. You don't try to be disciplined. You decide, this is who I am now. And once you decide, everything changes. You wake up with purpose. You act with intention. You stop needing permission to do what must be done. The greatest shift happens when your actions finally match your vision. If you see yourself as a leader, a warrior, a high performer, prove it with your habits. Discipline is not about forcing behavior. It's about aligning who you are with who you want to become. 8. Stop explaining. Start executing. The more you talk about what you're going to do, the less likely you are to do it. Why? Because words can give you a false sense of progress. Discipline means doing the work in silence. Let your results speak. Let your actions talk. Let your presence tell the story. If someone doubts you, let them. Your job isn't to convince anyone. Your job is to become undeniable. 9. Show up on the hard days. The secret to discipline is simple: consistency over time. Anyone can do the work when it's easy, when it's sunny, when they feel great. But the disciplined, they show up in the rain, in the cold, on the days it hurts. They don't need a perfect mood. They need only a reason. And that reason is always bigger than their feelings. They've trained their mind to say, I don't care how I feel. I care about who I'm becoming. 10. The power of extreme simplicity. People complicate success. They think they need the perfect strategy, the best tools, the right timing. But the truth, simplicity wins. Pick a goal, build a plan, eliminate the noise, and stick to it. You don't need more information. You need more execution. Simplicity breeds focus. Focus builds discipline, and discipline produces results. Stop chasing 1,000 hacks. Master the basics and repeat them daily. That's how greatness is built. Ending. Emotional close. Every day, you are given a choice. Be disciplined, or be distracted. Build momentum, or let it slip away. Live with purpose, or live on autopilot. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you your dream. You have to show up and take it, day after day, without applause, without approval, without excuses. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you dangerous. The world is soft, undisciplined, scattered, but not you. You've chosen a different path. A path of focus, discipline, and unstoppable momentum. So cut the distractions, raise your standards, and get back to work. Because while the rest of the world is sleeping, you're building something they'll never see coming. Certainly. Here's part 5 of your 10-part motivational YouTube storytelling series inspired by Napoleon Hill, designed in simple, powerful language for a 30-minute American audience video. This part focuses on greater than mental fortitude, delayed gratification, and becoming the kind of person who never quits, no matter what. Title: You Can't Break Me, The Mindset of Mental Fortitude. Part 5 of 10 to 30 minutes. Hook: Grab attention immediately. Life will try to break you. It will throw failure in your face. It will test your patience. It will push you so hard, you'll wonder if the pain will ever end. And most people, they fold, they quit, they justify giving up. But not you, because the most dangerous person in the world is the one who refuses to be broken. This is part 5. You Can't Break Me, The Mindset of Mental Fortitude. 1. The world doesn't owe you easy. One of the biggest lies you've been told is that life should be fair, smooth, or predictable. It's not. Life is a storm. It's unpredictable. It's hard. It will challenge you when you least expect it. And if you're not mentally prepared, it will crush you. But the ones who win in this world don't wish for easy. They train for hard. They prepare their minds for war, not because they want suffering, but because they know it's the price of strength. You either suffer in discipline, or suffer in regret. 2. When most quit, you go one more round. Quitting is easy. You feel tired. You feel stuck. You feel invisible. And that voice in your head says, it's not worth it. But mental fortitude is built the moment you hear that voice, and keep going anyway. One more representative. One more day. One more try. One more step forward. When your legs are shaking. That's when you separate yourself from everyone else. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's the decision to not quit when everything inside you screams for comfort. 3. You must train pain like a muscle. Pain is a language the world speaks fluently. It comes in rejection, loss, frustration, loneliness, delay. Most people run from pain. Mentally tough people, They train with it. They see pain as growth. They use it like a gym for the mind. Just like a muscle grows when it's broken down, your mind grows when it's pushed past comfort. Stop avoiding the hard moments. Lean into them. Use them. Let pain sharpen you, not break you. 4. Get addicted to the long game. Weak minds need instant results. They start today and expect rewards tomorrow. Strong minds, they play the long game. They delay gratification. They know success doesn't come in weeks, it comes in years. And they're willing to grind in silence while everyone else seeks applause. Because they're not addicted to validation. They're addicted to progress. Want to build mental fortitude. Train your mind to want legacy, not likes. 5. Turn setbacks into strength. Every failure is either fuel or defeat. You choose which one. You can let it destroy your identity, or you can let it build your next level. Mentally strong people don't just bounce back. They bounce forward. They use every setback to rebuild stronger, sharper, more focused. Every no they hear, it makes their yes louder when it finally arrives. Every door that closes, it forces them to build a better one. When life knocks them down, they whisper, "Watch what I do next." 6. Emotional control equals power. When you lose control of your emotions, you lose control of your life. Mentally tough people are not emotionless. They just refuse to be ruled by emotions. They don't panic under pressure. They don't rage when criticized. They don't drown in self-pity when things go wrong. They breathe. They observe. They respond with logic, not emotion. And because of that, they make better decisions. Power belongs to those who stay calm under fire. 7. The standard is set in the dark. Your habits in private will always show up in public. When no one's watching, how do you behave? Do you cheat the reps when you're alone? Do you cut corners on the work when there's no audience? Do you break your own promises in the dark? Mental fortitude means keeping your standard even when no one's checking. It's about being excellent, not for attention, but because that's who you've chosen to be. 8. Detach from comfort. Comfort is a drug, and it's addictive. Every time you choose comfort, you get weaker. Every time you choose challenge, you get sharper. The mentally tough seek out discomfort. They choose cold showers, early mornings, reps after fatigue, reading when others are scrolling. They don't wait to feel like it. They do it because it's who they are. They've taught their mind, this is what we do. Comfort is a cage. Fortitude is freedom. 9. No excuses. Only execution. Excuses feel good in the moment, but they cost you everything. The mentally tough eliminate blame. No finger pointing. No victimhood. No bad luck narratives. They own everything. They say, if it didn't happen, I didn't do what it took. That mindset, it hurts, but it builds champions. Excuses are walls. Accountability is the hammer that breaks them down. Own your results. Own your habits. Own your future. 10. Prove yourself to you. Forget impressing people. Forget proving anything to the world. Mental fortitude is personal. It's about waking up every day and proving something to yourself. That you are disciplined. That you are focused. That you are built for this. It's about saying, I don't need applause to stay committed. I don't need motivation to keep showing up. When it's personal, it's powerful. The goal is to become the kind of person who trusts their own grind. Because you know this truth. If it's hard, you're probably on the right path. Ending. Emotional close. The world is full of broken people. Not because life is too hard, but because they never learned how to stand back up. You're not going to be one of them. Because now you know. Every painful moment is an opportunity. Every failure is a training session. Every delay is preparation. And every time you refuse to quit, you're telling the world, you can't break me. Not now. Not ever. Absolutely. Here's part 6 of your 10-part motivational storytelling series inspired by Napoleon Hill's philosophy, designed for a 30-minute YouTube video in simple American English. This part focuses on greater than faith over fear, building inner belief when the odds are against you. Title: Faith over fear, the unseen force that builds champions. Part 6 of 10 to 30 minutes. Hook: open with intensity and emotion. There's a force inside you that's more powerful than fear. More powerful than doubt. More powerful than any excuse you've ever believed. It's called faith. And no, not just religious faith. We're talking about faith in yourself, in your purpose, in your path, even when there's zero evidence that it will work. Because that's what separates winners from quitters. When fear says, you can't, faith whispers, watch me. This is part 6. Faith over fear, the unseen force that builds champions. 1. Fear will lie to you. Fear is not truth. It's a thief. It steals your courage. It magnifies problems. It creates stories in your mind that aren't even real. Fear will tell you, you're not ready. You might fail. What will people think? You're too late. But the ones who rise, the leaders, the legends, they feel the fear, and move anyway. Because they know that fear only has power when you believe its lies. 2. Faith is a muscle, train it daily. Faith is not something you either have or don't. It's something you build. Every time you show up when you're scared. Every time you take the leap without the guarantee. Every time you bet on yourself instead of backing down. You are training your faith muscle. And like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it becomes. The secret, act as if you already believe. Because when your actions lead, your faith will follow. 3. Evidence comes after effort. We're taught to believe only what we can see. But the truth is, most success begins in the dark. There's no proof at first. No applause. No signs that you're on the right track. You just have to go anyway. The business you want to build. The career change. The transformation. It won't send you confirmation before you start. That's why faith is the fuel. Most people wait for proof. The greats create it. 4. Replace, what if I fail? With, what if I fly? Fear always starts with, what if? What if I fall? What if I lose? What if I'm wrong? But mentally strong people ask a better question. What if it works? What if I rise? What if I win? What if this changes everything? Shift the lens. The same energy it takes to fear the worst, you can use to believe in the best. Don't just fear failure, fear regret. Fear what happens if you don't try at all. 5. The crowd can't see your vision. People won't always understand you. They'll question your path, doubt your moves, mock your dreams. Why? Because your vision was given to you, not them. Stop waiting for everyone to approve what was never theirs to see. The crowd only cheers when results appear. But faith, it cheers in the silence. You are the only one who needs to believe. 6. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Failure is not the end, it's a lesson. But doubt stops people before they even try. Doubt is internal. It creeps in quietly. It says, you're not enough, it's too late, who are you to try this? But here's the truth. Self-doubt is just borrowed fear. Usually passed down by someone else. A teacher, a parent, an old failure, a broken past. But that's not you anymore. Let go of borrowed limits. Start writing a new story with faith as your pen. 7. Burn the boats, commit fully. The ones who succeed don't leave room for retreat. They don't say, I'll try for a while and see what happens. They burn the boats. They say, I'm all in. No plan B. Because when you cut off escape routes, you find a way forward. Faith grows in commitment. If you always have a backup plan, you're telling yourself you don't believe the first one will work. Make a decision. Bet on yourself. Burn the boats. 8. You've survived worse. Think about it. You've been through storms you thought would break you. Nights you cried yourself to sleep. Moments where everything fell apart. But you're still here. That means your record for surviving hard things is 100%. Faith doesn't come from everything going right. It comes from looking at your scars and saying, if I made it through that, I can make it through this. You are battle-tested, more resilient than you realize. 9. Act like it's already yours. Faith is not passive, it's aggressive. It takes bold action. You don't sit around waiting. You move like the thing you want is already yours. Want to be a leader? Act like one. Want to be successful? Move like it's happening. Want to change your life? Speak like it's done. Faith is movement. Not someday, not maybe, but now. Step forward even if you're scared. Because fear will never leave completely. But faith walks beside it, and walks faster. 10. The voice inside is louder than the noise outside. At the end of the day, you can listen to one of two voices. The voice of fear that says you can't, it won't work, who are you kidding? Or the voice of faith that says, let's go. We've got this. One more step. One more try. You choose. Because your life will always rise or fall to the level of your belief. Believe small, live small. Believe bold, live free. Ending. Emotional close. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You don't even need all the answers. You just need to believe that something greater is working in your favor. That your effort means something. That your story still has more chapters. That you were built for more. So the next time fear shows up, look it in the eyes and say, I walk by faith, not by fear. I don't wait for proof, I create it. I'm not backing down, I'm rising up. Because you know this truth. Faith isn't about having it all figured out. It's about moving anyway, even when you don't. Here is part 7 of your 10-part motivational YouTube series inspired by Napoleon Hill's philosophy, written in simple, powerful American English for a 30-minute storytelling video. This part is focused on greater than part 7, the power of persistence, outlasting the storm. Title, Outlast the Storm, the relentless power of persistence. Part 7 of 10 to 30 minutes. Hook, open strong. It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not connections. The real reason people win is because they refuse to quit. Success doesn't always go to the smartest. It doesn't even go to the fastest. It goes to the one who just won't stop. They fall 10 times, they get up 11. They get rejected, mocked, ignored, but they show up again. This is the power of persistence, and it changes everything. This is part 7, Outlast the Storm, the relentless power of persistence. 1. Most people quit too soon. Let's be real, most people don't fail. They just quit before the breakthrough. They get tired, they get discouraged, they don't see instant results, so they stop. But the truth is, nothing great comes quickly. Every dream has a price. Every victory demands sweat, struggle, and time. The ones who win are the ones who keep going. Even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when no one's clapping. 2. Persistence is greater than motivation. Motivation is great when it's there. But some days you won't feel motivated. Some mornings you'll wake up tired, beaten, or doubting yourself. That's where persistence steps in. Motivation starts the race. Persistence finishes it. Don't wait to feel inspired. Train yourself to move anyway. Your ability to keep showing up, especially when you don't feel like it, is your secret weapon. 3. The universe tests you before it rewards you. Here's a harsh truth. Before you level up, you will be tested. Life wants to know, how bad do you really want this? Can you stay focused when the world tells you to quit? Can you keep going when the progress is invisible? Can you stay faithful when nothing seems to be working? Most people fold, but the few who persist, they pass the test. Breakthrough always comes after resistance. Always. 4. The one who outlasts wins. Think about this. The person who doesn't stop will eventually pass the person who had more talent. The one who's consistent, who keeps learning, adjusting, improving, they win by default. It's not about being perfect. It's about being relentless. Your advantage is this. You don't stop. You may cry. You may crawl. You may bleed. But you keep showing up. And that alone makes you unstoppable. 5. Every no gets you closer to a yes. Success is not a straight line. It's rejection after rejection, failure after failure, until one day, the door finally opens. Think of every no as one step closer to your yes. Every failed attempt is not a dead end, it's a redirect. Your job is not to guess which try will work. Your job is to keep trying until one does. You don't need every door to open. You just need one. 6. Most quitting happens 3 feet from gold. There's a famous story Napoleon Hill told. A man bought land to dig for gold. He dug for months, found nothing, and gave up. He sold the land to someone else. That person hired an expert. They dug 3 more feet, and struck millions in gold. The first man had already done 99% of the work. He just didn't know how close he was. Don't stop 3 feet from your gold. 7. Let pain fuel you, not stop you. Pain is part of the process. You will feel exhausted. You will question yourself. You will wonder if it's worth it. But pain is not the enemy, it's the proof that you're growing. Use it. Let your struggle remind you of your strength. Let every hard day become fuel. Because the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of quitting lasts forever. 8. Trust the invisible work. You can be grinding for months, years even, and still feel stuck. But what you don't see is this. You're building momentum below the surface. Like a bamboo tree that takes years to break through the ground. Once it does, it shoots up 80 feet in 6 weeks. Why? Because it was building roots the entire time. So are you. Just because you don't see progress doesn't mean it's not happening. Trust the invisible work. 9. Track record beats talent. Ask yourself, have I shown up more times than I've disappeared? Have I pushed through days when others would have quit? Have I stacked consistent effort over time? If the answer is yes, you're already ahead. Because talent without effort is just wasted potential. But persistence builds legacy. It doesn't matter where you started. It matters what you do daily. 10. When in doubt, take the next step. Feeling overwhelmed, stuck, burned out, don't overthink, don't spiral, just take one more step. You don't need to solve everything today. You just need to keep going. One more representative, one more email, one more pitch, one more chapter, one more try, because that one more might be the one that changes everything. Closing, emotional, powerful ending. Every storm ends, every winter ends, every drought breaks, but only for those who keep walking through it. Persistence is not glamorous, it's not exciting, but it's everything. It's waking up when you're tired. It's showing up when you're doubting. It's believing when no one else does. It's you, outlasting the storm. So keep going, keep fighting, keep believing, because if you don't quit, you can't lose. Absolutely. Here is part 8 of your 10-part motivational YouTube series inspired by Napoleon Hill's philosophy, written in simple, cinematic American English for a 30-minute voiceover. Part 8 focuses on greater than Part 8. Discipline, the bridge between goals and greatness. Title: Discipline is Destiny. Build the mind that wins. Part 8 of 10. Hook: open strong. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants results. But not everybody wants to do what it takes, every single day. You see, goals are exciting. Discipline, not so much. But here's the truth. Greater than discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. It is the muscle that makes greatness possible. Without it, dreams stay dreams. With it, you become unstoppable. This is Part 8. Discipline is Destiny. Build the mind that wins. 1. What is discipline? Discipline is simple. It's doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's waking up early. It's sticking to the plan. It's saying no when everyone else says yes. Discipline is not punishment. It's self-respect. Greater than when you're disciplined, you stop negotiating with excuses. You don't ask, do I feel like it? You ask, is it part of the mission? And if the answer is yes, you do it. 2. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. Motivation is loud, but it fades fast. One bad night, one hard week, and it's gone. But discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline is the silent engine that keeps you moving. It's the repetition, the routine, the relentlessness. Motivation gets you hyped. Discipline gets you results. 3. Winners are made in private. You know what's never shown. The early mornings, the lonely nights, the grind that nobody claps for. That's where winners are made. Greater than discipline is doing the right thing when no one is watching. When you build your habits in the dark, you shine in the light. Success is not a performance. It's a lifestyle. 4. Your mind wants comfort. Discipline craves growth. Your brain is built to protect you. It wants rest, ease, safety. Discipline disrupts that. It says, greater than, I know this hurts, but we're doing it anyway. And the more you push through that resistance, the stronger you become. Discipline turns pain into power, weakness into will, dreams into plans. 5. Daily discipline greater than occasional intensity. Anyone can sprint, but few can show up every day and walk forward without stopping. Discipline isn't flashy. It's not dramatic. It's quiet, boring, consistent. But that's what makes it powerful. Because success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. Even small steps, taken daily, compound into massive change. 6. Discipline creates freedom. Here's the paradox. Greater than the more disciplined you are, the more freedom you earn. Most people live reactively, controlled by emotions, distractions, cravings. They think freedom is doing what you want. But that's chaos. True freedom is being in control of yourself. It's being able to say no to what hurts you. It's being able to say yes to what builds you. Discipline doesn't trap you. It liberates you. 7. Build systems, not willpower. Willpower is limited. You will run out of it. That's why disciplined people don't rely on willpower. They build systems. They set alarms, create routines, eliminate distractions, automate decisions, prep their environment for success. Greater than discipline is not about being stronger than everyone. It's about being smarter with your energy. Create a life where the right choices are easier to make. 8. Every decision is a vote. Every time you wake up on time. Every time you go to the gym. Every time you keep your word. You're casting a vote for the person you want to become. You're training your identity. You're reinforcing your self-image. And every small act of discipline says, greater than, I am the kind of person who finishes what I start. Let that identity drive you. 9. Discipline builds self-trust. You can't love yourself if you keep breaking promises to yourself. You say you'll wake up early, then snooze. You say you'll stop eating junk, then cave in. You say you'll start the business, but never do. Each time, your confidence dies a little. But when you stay disciplined, even in small things, you rebuild your trust. Greater than, you begin to believe your own word. And once that happens, you become unshakable. 10. You don't need more time. You need more focus. Time is not the issue. You have time. You just don't use it right. You don't need more hours in a day. You need more clarity, more structure, more intention. Discipline gives you that. It tells you, here's what matters today. Here's what to avoid. Here's what we finish, no matter what. That kind of focus, it's rare, and that's why it wins. Closing, deep, emotional final push. Discipline is not easy, but it is the difference. The difference between dreams and regret. Between potential and achievement. Between almost and always. Every legend you admire, they weren't born disciplined. They became disciplined. They said, greater than, I want it bad enough to sacrifice comfort. I want it bad enough to show up daily. And so must you. The world doesn't need another person who quits when it gets tough. It needs you, the disciplined version of you. So wake up, show up, stick to the mission. Discipline isn't a punishment, it's a gift. And if you embrace it, there is no limit to what you can become. Here is part 9 of your 10-part motivational YouTube series inspired by Napoleon Hill's philosophy. It is written in simple, powerful American English, designed for a 30-minute cinematic voiceover, with a consistent tone and structure. Title, Relentless, How to Keep Going When Most People Quit, Part 9 of 10. Hook, Emotional opening. Everyone is fired up when it's easy. When things are fresh. When the path is clear. But what happens when it gets hard? What happens when you've tried and failed? When no one believes in you? When you're tired, frustrated, and nothing seems to be working? Greater than, most people quit. But not you. Because you're not building a life based on comfort. You're building a legacy through relentless persistence. This is part 9, Relentless, How to Keep Going When Most People Quit. 1. The world rewards the relentless. Let's be real. Everyone has ambition, but not everyone has endurance. The people who win in life are not the smartest. They're not always the most talented. They're just the ones who refuse to quit. Greater than, persistence outperforms potential. Because while most people stop at no, relentless people ask again, try again, push again, and that's why they win. 2. Pain is not the signal to stop. Pain is misunderstood. Most people feel pain and think, something's wrong. They stop, pull back, retreat. But winners understand this. Greater than, pain is not the end. It's the beginning. It's the signal that you're growing. Pain means you're stretching, evolving, leveling up. Don't avoid it. Walk through it. That's where your strength is born. 3. Fall in love with the process. Everyone wants the result, but not everyone loves the grind. If you're only in it for the outcome, you'll give up fast. The trick, fall in love with the repetition. The boring stuff. The lonely stuff. The unseen efforts. Because the process is where the real transformation happens. Greater than, you don't rise when the goal arrives. You rise every day you don't quit. 4. Quitting has a voice. Silence it. Quitting is seductive. It whispers, just take a break. This isn't working. It's not worth it. But here's the truth. Greater than, that voice isn't your intuition. It's your fear. And fear is a liar. Fear doesn't want you to grow. Fear doesn't want you to break the pattern. You must silence that voice with action. Every time you keep going, you weaken the quitter inside you. 5. Replace emotion with execution. Motivation fades. Energy drops. Emotions shift, but what never changes is the mission. You don't need to feel like doing it. You just need to do it. Greater than champions operate on decisions, not emotions. So when you feel low, don't negotiate. Execute. Because every time you follow through, you train your mind. Greater than, we finish what we start. 6. Turn setbacks into fuel. You will fall. You will fail. You will be disappointed. But you will not stop. Because relentless people don't let failure break them. They let it build them. They take the rejection. They take the loss. They take the pain. And they turn it into fire. Setbacks are not stop signs. They are signals to level up. 7. Track progress, not perfection. Most people quit because they focus on what's missing. What's not perfect. What's not working. But relentless people, greater than, they track the wins, even the smallest ones. Because progress is power. Momentum is magic. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be moving. Even if it's 1 inch at a time. That's enough. 8. Control what you can. You can't control the market. You can't control people's opinions. You can't control every outcome. But you can control effort. And effort is everything. Greater than relentless people don't complain about what they can't change. They double down on what they can. Your attitude, your work ethic, your habits, your response to adversity. That's where your power lives. 9. Winners work in silence. You don't need to post every win. You don't need applause to keep going. In fact, the most relentless people you'll ever meet. They're quiet. They grind in silence. They suffer in silence. They rise in silence. Because they're not doing it for the crowd. They're doing it for the mission. 10. Make quitting impossible. Here's the mindset shift. Greater than, I don't stop when I'm tired. I stop when I'm done. Burn that into your mind. Make quitting so unacceptable, so foreign to who you are, that the only direction you move is forward. Closing. Deep final push. When most people quit, you keep showing up. When most people give excuses, you build discipline. When most people back down, you double down. You are not average. You were not born to quit. You were built for persistence. Designed for growth. Wired for more. So keep going. Even if it's slow. Even if it's hard. Even if it hurts. Because the person who keeps going, always wins. This is your identity now. This is your edge. This is what makes you unstoppable. Absolutely. Here's part 10, the final and most powerful chapter of your motivational series inspired by Napoleon Hill's philosophy. This part brings everything together for a strong, cinematic, emotionally moving close. It is written for a 30-minute YouTube video, in simple, powerful American English, designed to awaken your audience's spirit and leave a lasting impact. Title, Live Unbreakable, The Final Lesson, Part 10 of 10. Opening hook, Final Charge. You've made it. You've walked through fear. You've battled doubt. You've trained your mind and controlled your emotions. You've faced rejection, pressure, failure, and kept going. Now comes the final lesson. Greater than, how to become truly unbreakable. Not just strong in moments, but strong for life. Not just powerful in words, but unstoppable in action. This is the end of the series, but the beginning of your new identity. 1. Unbreakable starts with a decision. You don't stumble into greatness. You don't become powerful by accident. You decide. You say, greater than, no matter what happens, I will not break. No matter how long it takes, I will not quit. No matter who doubts me, I will believe in me. That's how unbreakable people are born. Through decision, a quiet promise made in the dark. And kept in the light. 2. Your mind is the battlefield. The biggest war you'll ever fight won't be out there. It'll be inside your head. That voice that says, you're not enough. You're too late. It's too hard. You must silence it, not once, but daily. Because if you don't conquer your mind, you'll never conquer your life. Greater than, but if you do, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, you cannot create. 3. Who you become is what matters. Forget the trophies. Forget the applause. Forget the attention. The real reward is who you become through the process. Greater than the person who didn't quit. The one who stayed true. The one who kept going. Success is not something you chase. It's someone you build. And when you build that version of you, strong, clear, resilient, you become invincible. 4. Peace is the ultimate power. Let's be honest. You won't always win. You won't always be understood. Life won't always go your way. But here's what separates the unbreakable. Greater than they stay at peace. Not because everything is easy, but because nothing controls them anymore. They've mastered their responses. They've detached from outcomes. They've found calm in the storm. That's power. That's freedom. 5. Protect your energy at all costs. You only get so much focus. So much drive. So much life. So protect it. Greater than from negative people. From pointless distractions. From the version of you that wants to stay safe. Say no to what drains you. Say yes to what fuels you. Live deliberately. Not emotionally. Not reactively. The unbreakable don't entertain weakness. They train it out. One decision at a time. 6. Accept that you are alone on this path. This path, the one of greatness. It's not crowded. It's not comfortable. And it's not for everyone. Greater than most people quit. Most people conform. Most people settle. But you are not most people. You walk alone if you must. You keep your vision intact even when no one claps. Because deep down, you know, you were born for more. And when you believe that with everything in you, you don't need support, you become your own fire. 7. Your legacy begins now. Someday, your story will be told. And the question will be, greater than did you live with fire? Did you stay true? Did you rise when most would fall? Legacy isn't about how you're remembered. It's about what you do now. And every choice you make. Every time you stay disciplined. Every time you rise from failure. Every time you act in purpose. You carve that legacy into stone. 8. Embrace the identity of a champion. You're not just trying to succeed. You're becoming someone new. Greater than you're becoming a champion. A leader. A force. A mind that cannot be shaken. You think differently. You feel differently. You move differently. You're not reactive anymore. You are intentional. And when you make that shift, from ordinary to focused, from doubtful to dominant, from seeking approval to standing in truth, you stop surviving, and you start owning life. 9. Be the standard. The world doesn't need more followers. It needs examples. Let your life be the answer. Not your opinions. Not your words. Your life. Greater than the way you carry yourself. The way you think when no one's watching. The way you keep going when no one's cheering. That's the standard. And when you become it, people will notice. Even if they never say it. 10. The fire never dies. The greatest thing about becoming unbreakable. Greater than no one can take it from you. You've earned it. You've suffered for it. You've worked when no one clapped. You've shown up when no one saw. You've believed when no one else did. You've faced the inner war and kept going. Now it's time to live it. Not with hesitation. Not with fear. But with fire. Every day. Every hour. For the rest of your life. Final closing words. Epic conclusion. This is it. The final piece. You've walked through every lesson. Emotional control. Detachment. Silence. Discipline. Persistence. Purpose. Focus. Confidence. Relentlessness. Now, there's only one thing left to do. Greater than live it. Live like it's already done. Like you've already become who you were meant to be. Stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop shrinking. Greater than stand tall. Own your power. Move with intent. Speak with purpose. Live like a force that cannot be broken. Because that's who you are now. Unbreakable. Not because life is easy. But because you've become stronger than anything it can throw at you. This is the end of the series. But the beginning of the life you were born to build. Now go build it.